Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. In the volatile pressure cooker that is Big Brother, alliances shatter overnight. Heroes turn into villains with a single diary room session, and fan favorites can find themselves at the center of controversy in a matter of hours. But few house guests have been pulled into the season's emotional storm quite like Rylie, whose recent breakdown and gameplay missteps sparked intense backlash both inside and outside the house. Now, in a surprising and heartfelt turn, Katherine, one of the season's most strategic and outspoken players, is stepping forward to defend him, while also dropping a jaw-dropping revelation about who she believes truly deserves to win it all. In an exclusive post-eviction interview, Katherine opened up about the emotional toll the game took on Rylie, the misunderstood moments that fueled public outrage, and why she believes the audience has only seen part of the story. "I know what the feeds showed. I know what people think they saw," Katherine said softly, "but that house messes with your head in ways I don't think viewers can fully understand. I hope he's okay." Rylie's fall from fan favorite. When Rylie entered the Big Brother house at the start of the season, he quickly became one of the most talked about contestants. Charismatic, energetic, and seemingly loyal to a fault, he built fast bonds and formed what initially looked like one of the strongest alliances in the game. Fans praised his social game and his emotional transparency, but the tide shifted dramatically midway through the season. A messy combination of betrayals, secret alliances, and the devastating blindside during a double eviction sent Rylie into an emotional tailspin. His once confident gameplay unraveled in real time. He lashed out at allies, spiraled into paranoia, and made a series of impulsive decisions that ultimately cost him his shot at the finale. For many viewers, the shift was jarring. Social media exploded with harsh criticism. Some accused him of being manipulative. Others labeled his emotional outbursts as unstable. The narrative turned fast, and it turned brutal. Katherine, however, insists that what the audience saw was only the surface of a much deeper struggle. "The house breaks you. The cameras never stop," Katherine explained. "You don't sleep right, you're constantly questioning everyone, and then when the people you trusted most turn on you, it feels like the floor disappears under your feet." That's what happened to Rylie. She revealed that Rylie had been quietly struggling with anxiety from early in the season, something very few house guests were aware of. "He tried to keep it together," she said, "but the pressure just kept building. Every whisper felt like a threat. Every laugh in another room felt like they were laughing at him. That messes with you." One of the season's most controversial moments came after Rylie was blindsided by his closest ally during a live eviction, leading to a tear-filled breakdown that divided fans. While some saw it as proof of poor sportsmanship, Katherine saw something entirely different. That wasn't gameplay. That was a person hitting a breaking point. Off-camera support and regrets. Katherine also revealed that multiple house guests tried to comfort Rylie off-camera in the hours after that eviction. There were no microphones, no show, just real people sitting with him, telling him he wasn't alone. "I held his hand while he cried." That part didn't make the edit. She admitted that if she could go back, there were decisions she would change, especially moments where she prioritized strategy over compassion. You convince yourself that every emotional choice is a weakness, but sometimes the game makes you forget that people are still people. "I wish I'd checked in on him more before things exploded." Since leaving the house, Katherine has attempted to reach out to Rylie, though she remains unsure if he has seen her messages yet. "I just want him to know he's not alone now either." The shocking winner pick no one saw coming. While Katherine's emotional defense of Rylie stunned fans, it was her unexpected pick for the season's winner that truly sent shockwaves through the fandom. When asked who she believes should win, Katherine didn't hesitate. "Honestly," she said, "it's Mila." The answer caught many off guard. While Mila has floated under the radar for much of the season, she has rarely been framed as the frontrunner by analysts or fans. Yet Katherine insists that Mila is quietly playing one of the most effective games in recent Big Brother history. She's never the loudest in the room, she's never the target, but somehow she's always in the right place at the right time. That's not luck, that's mastery. Why Mila's game is being underestimated. According to Katherine, Mila's greatest strength is her invisibility. She lets other people make the big moves, take the blame, burn the bridges. Then she steps in and benefits. That's the kind of gameplay that wins, even if it's not flashy. Katherine also praised Mila's uncanny ability to adapt to different personalities. She's one person with Rylie, another with me, another with the bros, another with the girls, and none of it feels fake. That's rare. While powerhouse competitors and loud strategists have grabbed most of the spotlight this season, Katherine warned that history has shown time and time again that subtle players often take the grand prize. Everyone underestimates the quiet ones. Then suddenly it's finale night and they're the last one standing. The rift that changed everything. Katherine also addressed the massive house divide that formed after Rylie's collapse, which ultimately reshaped the entire season. After Rylie lost power, rival factions seized the opportunity to dismantle his alliance piece by piece. Katherine found herself forced into an uneasy partnership with players she once openly distrusted. She said it became survival mode. The game stopped being about loyalty and started about who could adapt fastest. She admitted that aligning against Rylie was one of the hardest strategic decisions she made. I knew the move would hurt him, but I also knew if I didn't make it, I'd be the one walking out the door. That moment, she believes, marked the emotional turning point of the season. Everyone got colder after that. The house lost its warmth. Fan backlash and mental health conversations. Since Rylie's exit, the conversation has extended far beyond gameplay. Fans have debated accountability, emotional vulnerability, and the pressure reality TV places on contestants. Katherine welcomes the discussion even if it's painful. We sign up for the game, yes, but no one signs up to be torn apart online for having emotions. There has to be room for empathy. She expressed concern about how Rylie might be handling the fallout now that he's back in the real world. You go from total isolation to seeing thousands of strangers judge your worst moments. That's terrifying. I just hope he has good people around him. Katherine also noted that mental health support for evicted players needs to be taken more seriously. We're thrown back into normal life like nothing happened, but nothing is normal after that house. Where Katherine stands today. Since her own eviction, Katherine says she's still processing her experience and her role in the season's most dramatic moments. There are things I'm proud of and things I'll always wish I'd done differently, she admitted. That's the reality of this game. She's been both praised and criticized for her unapologetically aggressive strategy, and she's learning to navigate the duality of being both celebrated and condemned. The hardest part is knowing that every version of you exists out there, edited, amplified, misunderstood. Despite everything, she remains grateful. I met people I'll know for the rest of my life, Rylie included. That matters more than the money. A message directly to Rylie. Toward the end of the interview, Katherine asked for one thing, a chance to speak directly to Rylie should he ever hear her words. Her voice softened. You are not your worst moment, she said. You are not the edit. You are not the comments. You're a human being who went through something extreme and you survived it. She paused before adding, I hope you're healing. I hope you're surrounded by people who love you. And most of all, I hope you know that you mattered to me in that house, even when the game told me I couldn't show it. What comes next for the season? As the finale rapidly approaches, the house grows quieter, the moves grow sharper, and the stakes grow heavier. Power players jockey for position, secret deals unravel, and paranoia creeps into even the strongest alliances. But if Katherine is right and Mila truly has been orchestrating a slow burn endgame, viewers could be in for one of the most unexpected victories the show has seen in years. This season isn't going to end the way people think, she teased. It never does. Final thoughts. In a season defined by chaos, emotional fallout, and ruthless strategy, Katherine's defense of Rylie adds a powerful human layer to a game often dominated by cold calculations. Her words remind viewers that behind the competitions, betrayals, and confessionals are real people grappling with extreme pressure in a social experiment unlike any other. And her shocking pick to win, it may just prove that in the world of Big Brother, the quietest players often leave the loudest
Life inside the
legacy.
Big Brother house is designed to test every limit, emotional, physical, and mental. For viewers, it's entertainment. For the house guests, it's an intense social experiment where pressure never lets up. This season, no one felt that weight more publicly than Rylie, whose emotional unraveling late in the game sparked heated debate across social media. Now, Katherine, recently evicted and known for her strong strategic instincts, is offering a different perspective, one rooted in empathy, reflection, and concern for Rylie's well-being. In her first interview since leaving the house, Katherine didn't focus on alliances or betrayals. Instead, she focused on the person behind one of the season's most talked-about storylines. "I know people have a lot of opinions," Katherine said, "but at the end of the day, he's a real person. I honestly hope he's okay." Rylie's difficult ending in the house. Rylie entered the season as one of the most likable and energetic house guests. Early on, he built strong personal connections and seemed well-positioned socially. His openness and emotional honesty resonated with viewers, and for weeks, he looked like a potential finalist. However, as the game progressed, things began to change. A series of blindsides, shifting alliances, and mounting pressure took their toll. By the time Rylie found himself on the wrong end of a crucial vote, the emotional strain was clear. His eviction followed a tense week filled with visible anxiety, frustration, and moments that divided the audience's opinion of him. Some viewers criticized how he handled the pressure. Others sympathized. Katherine says both reactions miss an important truth. The house changes you. You don't sleep normally. You're constantly thinking someone is lying to you. You replay conversations in your head all night. After a while, it's overwhelming, even for the strongest people. Behind the scenes of Rylie's struggles. According to Katherine, much of what Rylie was dealing with never made it to the air. She revealed that he had been quietly struggling with anxiety for weeks before his eviction. He tried to keep it together. He didn't want to be seen as weak. But the stress builds up slowly, and then one day it just hits you all at once. She also shared that house guests supported him away from the cameras after particularly difficult moments. There were times when we sat with him in silence, just letting him breathe. No strategy, no game, just human support. People don't always see that side of things. Katherine admitted she herself got caught up in gameplay at times and wished she had checked on Rylie more often. When you're inside, you convince yourself that every emotional moment is part of strategy. Looking back, I wish I had separated the game from the person better. Life after eviction and online reactions. Since Rylie's eviction, fan reaction has been intense. Social media has dissected his behavior, his decisions, and his breakdowns in minute detail. Katherine expressed concern about how difficult it must be for him to return to normal life under that kind of scrutiny. You go from isolation to suddenly seeing thousands of comments about you. That's a lot for anyone to handle. She added that Big Brother contestants don't often realize how much the online response will impact them. We prepare for competitions and strategy. We don't really prepare for the emotional shock afterward. Katherine believes more attention should be given to post-show support. This experience doesn't end when you walk out the door. In some ways, that's when it gets harder. A surprising pick to win. While Katherine spent much of her interview reflecting on Rylie, she also earned attention for another reason: her unexpected prediction for who will win the season. Instead of choosing one of the season's most visible power players, Katherine named Mila as her pick. "Yes, Mila," she said with a smile. "I really think she has a strong chance." For many viewers, Mila has flown under the radar. She hasn't dominated competitions or led major moves, but Katherine insists that is exactly what makes her dangerous. She's always positioned correctly, she explained. She listens more than she talks. People trust her without realizing how much information they give her. According to Katherine, Mila's strength lies in adaptability. She connects with everyone in a different way. With some people, she's strategic. With others, she's emotional. And with others, she's just easygoing. That's incredibly powerful in this game. Why quiet games often win. Katherine also pointed out that Big Brother history often favors subtle players over aggressive ones. The big move makers get remembered, but they also get targeted. The quiet players last longer because they don't give everyone a reason to take them out. From Katherine's perspective, Mila has consistently benefited from other people's moves without exposing herself. She lets others take risks, then she survives the fallout. That's smart. Reflections on her own game. Looking back at her own experience, Katherine described her time in the house as both rewarding and challenging. She learned how far she'll go for something she wants, and she also learned where she crossed lines she didn't mean to cross. She acknowledged that some of her decisions, especially those involving Rylie, were purely strategic and came at a personal cost.
There were times I had to vote against people I cared about, she admitted. That's the hardest part of this game. Although she stands by her strategy, she also understands why some fans questioned her moves. Everyone sees it from their own point of view. From inside the house, you're just trying to survive another week. Katherine's message to Rylie. Toward the end of the interview, Katherine was asked what she would say to Rylie if she could speak to him directly. Her answer was simple and sincere. I'd tell him that this game doesn't define him. One difficult week doesn't define who you are as a person. She added, I hope he's resting. I hope he's surrounded by people who care about him. And I hope he gives himself time to heal from the experience. As the finale nears, with only a handful of house guests left, the end of the season is approaching quickly. Tensions are rising, moves are becoming more calculated, and every decision could determine the winner. If Katherine's prediction comes true and Mila takes the final prize, it would mark a quiet but effective victory, one built not on dominance, but on awareness, patience, and timing. This season has already surprised me so many times, Katherine said. I wouldn't be shocked if it surprises everyone one last time. Final reflection. Katherine's defense of Rylie offers a reminder that Big Brother is not just about strategy, power, and deception. It is also about real people placed under extraordinary pressure. Her concern for his well-being cuts through the noise of online debate and brings the focus back to humanity. At the same time, her unexpected pick to win challenges the idea that only the loudest players deserve the crown. As the finale approaches, viewers may soon learn whether subtle gameplay truly carries the day.